In the quiet streets of a Canadian town in early 2025, a peculiar figure stirred curiosity among passers-by. From a distance, she looked like just another stray cat, matted fur, limping walk, and wary eyes. But Bitsy was anything but ordinary. She was only a year old. A tabby, no different in coloring from dozens of others. But as she wandered the streets alone, something about her didn't sit right with animal advocates in the area. Her walk was strange, not just awkward, but uneven, dragging. Some suspected a tumor. Others thought it was a severe injury. It wasn't until they got closer that the truth stunned them. Bitsy had extra legs, not just stubs or deformities, but fully formed limbs, accompanied by an additional pelvic bone. A rare congenital condition, likely the result of a partially absorbed twin in the womb. It was something you'd expect to see in a textbook, not dragging itself painfully across cold pavement. And yet, there she was, filthy, covered in sores, and still trying to survive. Despite her condition, Bitsy didn't run. When a volunteer finally reached out to her, she leaned in. Not fearful. Not feral. Just tired. And trusting. That was perhaps the most heartbreaking part. Bitsy loved people. She had clearly been around humans before. Her affection suggested she once had a home, a family. But then came the hard questions. Had they left her behind because of her medical condition? Was she tossed aside when the cost of care outweighed the convenience of love? We may never know. But what we do know is that she ended up in the care of Forget-Me-Not Animal Rescue, a name that would prove beautifully ironic. Because Bitsy, for the first time in a long time, wouldn't be forgotten. Her foster home wasn't just a roof and a food bowl, it was also the residence of a veterinary clinic manager. Bitsy would receive around-the-clock care. She was introduced to the world in early May, and almost instantly, her story touched thousands. A kitten with 2 extra legs and 1 unbreakable spirit. Her rescue named her Bitsy, a nod to the itsy bitsy spider who climbed up the waterspout, facing adversity with tiny strength. It was perfect. But Bitsy's pain was very real. Her extra legs didn't just make movement difficult, they hurt. Her body wasn't built for 4 back legs and the strain was constant. If she was going to live a full life, she needed surgery. And she needed it soon. Donations poured in. People shared her story across social media. From disbelief to tears to overwhelming support, the response was universal: she deserves a chance. And so, even before every dollar was in place, the rescue made the call. On May 6th, Bitsy went into surgery. It was extensive, delicate, risky, but necessary. The team at Windermere Veterinary Hospital performed the operation with exceptional care, prioritizing her comfort every step of the way. And when Bitsy woke up, lighter, freer, still alive, something shifted. A new chapter had begun. Recovery wasn't easy, but Bitsy? She was a fighter. A survivor. A tiny miracle wrapped in fur. She healed quickly. Her posture improved. The pain lessened. And day by day, she began to discover something she had never fully known, what it meant to move without agony, to rest without fear, to be held without the weight of survival. And although she wasn't quite fond of other animals at first, her rescue team understood. It's hard to be open to the world when you've spent so long defending yourself against it. In time, and with love, even that would change. Bitsy is now more than a rescue story. She's a reminder of what happens when compassion overrides convenience. When we choose love, even when it's complicated. And when we look at something imperfect and see potential instead. Her story is a testament. Being different doesn't make you broken. Being abandoned doesn't mean you're unworthy. And every living soul, no matter how small, deserves a chance to heal.